You know, right now, across India and honestly all around the world, a massive, year-long celebration is kicking off. And it's all centered on just one single, incredibly powerful song.
And that number right there, 150, that's what this is all about. It marks the 150th anniversary of India's national song, Vande Mataram. And this isn't just some one-day thing. Nope, this is the official launch of a whole year dedicated to celebrating a piece of music that literally helped shape a nation.
And to really get a feel for how deeply this song still resonates, just listen to how Prime Minister Narendra Modi describes it. He calls it a mantra, not just a song, that connects India's past, present, and future. So yeah, it's pretty clear this is way more than just an anthem. It's seen as a core piece of the national soul.
So, what exactly is this song? And how did it become so completely woven into the fabric of a country? Well, to answer that, we've got to go way back, all the way to 1875.
You know, what's so interesting is that this song's journey wasn't exactly straightforward. It wasn't written to be an anthem at all. It actually started in 1875, just as a piece by the writer Bankimchandra Chatterji. A few years later, in 82, he tucked it inside his novel, Anandamath. It took until the early 1900s for it to really catch fire and, well, explode into this powerful slogan for the freedom movement.
But what does Vande Mataram even mean? Well, it translates to, I bow to thee, mother. And we're not just talking about any mother here. This was a super powerful, poetic way of calling out to the motherland, to Bharat, and seeing it as this divine, living figure. I mean, think about it. At the time, that idea of the nation being a mother you had to protect, that was absolutely revolutionary.
Okay, so a poem from a novel, how does that become the actual soundtrack to a revolution? This is where the story gets really compelling.
Vande Mataram became the unifying cry. It was the chant for freedom fighters everywhere, a symbol of national pride, and a way to show defiance against colonial rule. For so many martyrs, as they were facing the gallows, these were the very last words on their lips. It literally transformed from a song into a declaration of who they were and their absolute commitment to freedom.
And that brings us right back to today. So, how exactly is India marking this historic 150-year milestone? Like we said, it is a massive, year-long effort that's just getting started.
And the scale of this is seriously impressive. We're talking about a special commemorative coin and a postage stamp being released. There are going to be mass singing events, all sorts of cultural programs, even patriotic murals painted on national highways. And it's happening everywhere, from special announcements at airports and train stations, all the way to celebrations at Indian embassies across the globe. The whole point seems to be to connect everyone, especially young people, with this incredible revolutionary history.
You can really see this fascinating evolution, right? In the past, the song was a rallying cry that inspired people to give their lives. Today, it's being presented as a bridge, a way to connect the youth with that very same heritage. It shifted from being a symbol of defiance for self-rule to one that embodies the nation's modern dreams of strength and self-reliance.
So, when you pull it all together, the journey of this one song is pretty incredible. It's a story of how a piece of art can become a major political force and a symbol of national identity that has lasted for a century and a half.
I think the main takeaway is this. From a simple poem tucked away in a novel, Vande Mataram became the anthem of an entire freedom movement. And to this day, it remains this potent symbol of India's history, its long fight for freedom, and what many see as its unbreakable spirit of unity.
And so, as India celebrates this 150-year legacy, we're kind of left with this big, powerful question for the future, aren't we? How will a song that was born in the 19th century continue to shape and inspire the identity of a nation in the 21st century and beyond? What's its next chapter going to be?